I don't have the time.
You don't have the time.
Yeah.
So there is the thing, there is time actually. The child needs quality time. If you spend more time with your child, learn to understand about the emotions, the world of a child, what's happening in her heart, in her emotional plane, to this little daughter, what's happening in her world, why she is saying no for everything, and she will open up. If a parent has no time, a parent has office, she has to cook the food, and you have to do a lot of things, what happens is the child feels it's a kind of rebelliousness. The child feels, oh, my mother is so busy, she's no time for me. She will refuse to do small things also, like bathing, like brushing the teeth. It's a kind of act of rebelliousness. Means they are unconsciously telling that I am not feeling right here. I am not feeling good what you are doing. So they are conveying some message to the parents. They are mirroring to the parents about what they need to correct in themselves. I think priorities need to be set. In the modern times, we are so busy bees, you need to find time for your child. Very, very important. I tell you, it is such a huge difference it makes for the life of the child. If you can take out some time, wherever your time is getting wasted, that time if you can invest for your child, that makes the whole difference. Most of the times, children, they oppose, they refuse, they reject, they say no, no, no. They do exactly opposite of what parents they say. So the trick here, the key or tip here is to understand the child and love the child and open up the child. You open up yourself to the child. They learn so quickly, they will not oppose anymore. So friends, children are mirrors. They are mirroring to us something that we need to correct ourselves in us. If you force anything, they will do for your sake. They will try to please you, but they will do exactly opposite again after you go back, after you go to office. Like cats. Cat and dogs, their behaviors are a little different. Dogs are very loyal. In front of the owners and behind the backs of the owners, they behave in the same way. But the cats, they are very clever. They behave pleasing way in front of the owners. When you are there, whatever you taught them, they will behave. But once the owner goes out of the home, whatever you said no to the cat, they will do exactly that. They will throw all the things out. They will create a mess there in the home. This is exactly how a child behaves, like a cat. It's a rebellious nature. Parents need to correct themselves. Parents need to prioritize certain things. Our priorities have become, like a very, very mechanical lifestyle that we developed. All things time, Child will tell, there's no time, we have to rush. Your school bus is coming, come on, pack up, you have to brush everything and rush. What happens? We're creating such fear in children. Fear about time. There's no time, you have to rush all the time, jump. They're not relaxed, such a pressure they experience. We have to prioritize things, even our school system, all things we developed in such a routine, mechanical, very unconscious ways. It only creates like only robots we create out of children, not really beautiful, amazing beings, intelligent. They are such intelligent beings. It's in our hands. If we really create ambience for them, they unfold their potential out. They bring out the best in them. So that's why it's so important the schools that we choose. All the things that we speak, every word that we utter to a child, need to be so aware. We need to be so conscious about it. Every behavior that we are, showing to a child, every action of us, it also imprints the minds of the children. Thank you for this question. Yeah. So, yeah.
So many a times it happens that when the child starts to go to school, they pick up behavior from other kids. For example, in my case, my kid never used to feel that this is mine, this is yours. That feeling was not at all there in his mind, that there is something which is mine and something which is yours. But I've observed from the time he has started going to school, he has understood that this is mine and I will not give it to anyone, or this is yours, so I cannot take it. So how do we handle this situation, or is it fine to have such a behavior?
Initially, all these things are fine. Children, they learn about boundaries. They learn about what belongs to you, what is not belonging to you. Initially, they appear to be very selfish. These are my toys. If anybody touches my toy, they'll be very angry.
Yes.
They will not allow anybody to touch. Even sometimes they don't take the others' toys also because they respect. It's very natural. The boundaries are very natural for children.
But they become aggressive while they are trying to...
It's very natural. We should not take it as some behavioral problem. And they, after some time, after toddler's age, because huge energy surge will be there in the toddler's age group, 2 to 4 years, and that should not be repressed, suppressed. They will be so much full of energy. But they learn about boundaries, they learn about emotions, they will be very angry, all that. They will exactly do opposite of what parents they say. All these are very natural. We don't need to correct the children. Accept them as they are. If at all any correction is needed to the parents, we need to introspect what kind of things that I imparted, I passed on to my child, which is actually creating this behavior. It appears to be very selfish, but they learn to be selfless. If you observe closely the child, they are the most selfless beings. If somebody, they really from their heart center they ask, they'll give. Many times I work with children, sometimes when I ask for the chocolate, they don't give. But if I really ask from my heart, okay, I'll give this one chocolate for you, they will be accepting that. I have seen personally how they respond to what kind of energy you portray. It always, children are like that. Yeah.
बच्चे जैसे इंटरप्ट करना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं अभी मतलब जैसे माय किड्स 2 to 3 years बिटवीन एज में है, तो कभी भी हम दोनों जैसे बात करेंगे कि स्टार्ट टू अपना वॉइस रेज कर देगा, जैसे ही मतलब बात करना स्टार्ट करेंगे उसकी वॉइस वैसे वैसे रेज होती जाएगी कि मतलब अटेंशन सिर्फ मेरे ऊपर रहना, इंटरप्ट बहुत ज्यादा करता, तो उसको कंट्रोल करना.
So the child is speaking more, or what more?
Something ला 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 मम्मा ये देखो पापा वो सुनो, ऐसा मतलब कुछ भी इंटरप्ट करना.
She's saying that when two of them are talking, the child is interrupting constantly.
Constantly between mother and father, or any conversation, they are seeking for your attention. Oh, my mother, father spending all the time with each other. Please spend time with me. I'm also important here. I'm also significant. That's the child, unconsciously asking, seeking for that attention, time. And later on, they start respecting the privacy of the parents also. the child learns to see that oh, my mother loves my father loves my mother, so it's okay, that's okay, they also spend time with me. They must see the intimacy of the mother and father. They feel that, yeah, I have very loving parents, they love each other, they're not fighting parents, they're loving parents. So the children, they naturally seek attention, they want lots of love from parents. Yeah.
మనకి ఇంట్లో ఎవరైనా ఎల్డర్ పీపుల్ ఉన్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు టీవీ వాచ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు, లైక్ సినిమాలు సీరియల్స్ చూస్తూ ఉంటారు. సో పిల్లల్ని ఎలా ఆపాలి? వాళ్ళకి అదే నచ్చుతుంది, అమ్మ చెప్పేది నచ్చదు. సో వాళ్ళకి ఆ సీరియల్స్ మూవీస్
Right.
Continuing to that problem, when I say watching serials and movies is not good, you have separate category of movies, you can watch those. So she goes directly to those elder people and says, these are chatta, don't watch.
She will advise them.
Why are you watching? My mom says all these are chatta.
Yeah.
So it's a very big problem to manage with elders when children talk.
Yeah, children are very authentic, honest beings. They don't hide any information. They bluntly say that. And such cases where children, you don't have the provision of having a separate programs for to show the children, because the elders are already watching some other their interested programs. And I think except for educating those elders, we can't do help them, because it's so important. When families, they feel the children are important, then they can actually watch the television program different times when the children are at school, or they need to prioritize. When the children are at home, everyone need to be actually participate in that kind of activities, play with them and spend time with them. It's so important. Elders, mostly grandmothers, grandfathers, they have tremendous role to play the growth of the children. It can't be ignored. They have so many stories to tell. Grandma has so many stories. Nowadays, all the stories are only cartoon, all the time movies, all the time only the serials. That contact with the grandmother, granny telling stories, it really touches the heart of a child. Even parenting, grandparents also need to participate in the parenting. It's so important. Even the elders also, somewhere this modern age, modern times, we have become so mechanical, even everything that the television programs that we watch, newspapers that we read, or activities that we, everything like a routine machine, like everything is standardized, everything is like followed like a machine. We need to change. We need to be attentive towards the needs of a child. And it's better than any movie, better than any serial, to spend time with a child. They're the best
watching movie together.
Yeah. And they bring out the best in the adults also. Children, they have that innate sense of divinity, naturalness. So much of divinity is there in every child. They are very, very, very divine beings. So if you spend time with adults, they learn so much from children. And naturalness. Adults, they are not natural beings. We have so many restrictions, inhibitions, all that. We lost our authentic nature. Mostly we hide the information. We are people pleasers. They don't people please. Children, whatever they feel, they say it in front of the people. They are very natural beings.
Actually, doctor milk product wheat sugar
Right.
So తనకి అది చాలా ఇష్టం.
Mhm.
So అవాయిడ్ చేయడం కరెక్ట్ అంటారా?
did they test about the wheat allergy, gluten allergy? It's better to do that, because maybe because you shared about your child has some special needs, and she's a special child. Certain cases we need to know from the expert opinion, because not all cases of Asperger's or autism, there no need for any dietary restrictions, but check with really an expert. It won't aggravate. Sometimes they need so much of emotional support from the parents. They respond so well. They mostly develop these things right in the womb state, in the difficult birthing process, all that. Yeah, premature baby. So those things, if you approach any kind of senior meditator, they'll be able to help in giving the counseling to reframe that memories. Reframe the memory of the womb and the birth memory. And mostly the children, they respond so well, because I heard from one psychotherapist and a doctor who was working with the children all the time. Whenever there was a difficult labor, children, infants were kept in the incubators away from the parents for a longer duration. They experience some kind of trauma. They have fear. They have certain kind of limitations, like they can develop certain kind of physical disabilities. So that doctor, he starts working from the very few days onwards to the baby. Even a baby may not allow the mother to touch the neck also, because so much pain. The doctor patiently will sit with that infant. Non-verbal communication. The doctor will be speaking from the heart. If I am there to understand you and love you. You are a divine being. I am there I feel very good in your presence. This doctor is telling in his language, but mostly it is coming from his energy. I think this should be on. Okay, this is on. So what happens is the child will respond. The doctor also will say, if you allow me to touch your neck, please indicate me. Please lift your right hand, your finger, show me the indication. And what happens is highly telepathic, all babies, all children. They are non-verbal signals they give. I seen this video of this doctor, how he works with these special children, difficult labor, all this. And they started responding, showing, and doctor could touch. And they allowed the doctor to touch the neck with loving touch, and they released the birth trauma. He said, this is while you are in the birthing process, your neck got caught up in the birth canal. That's why you experience this. You don't need this over. It's safe now. He created a kind of a beautiful message he transmitted. It's safe. There's so much love here. Life is beautiful. The child starts growing very well. This is what happens. So I think if you consult a right such spiritual approach, holistic doctors, they'll be of tremendous help to this child for you. Sometimes certain dietary restrictions are there, but take the opinion of an expert. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
My child generally gets bullied by kids who are a bit aggressive.
Right.
And I don't know how to respond to that, because I don't want him to become aggressive for just to protect himself. So I know that he is right, but at the same time he's not able to have too many friends because the other kids are aggressive according to his temperament.
Right.
So what approach can I take for that?
Okay, because the child generally they also attract this kind of situations. Children mostly, when they have this victim feeling, they carry it to the school, That victim feeling, they either learned behaviors from the mother and father, or it could be that they are disrespected, not respected as a unique being. Even that creates a victim energy in a child. What happens when they go to school? Certain children who are a little older and they can bully the children, these small children. So if you can empower this child as a mother, there's a way to do that actually. It's called sleep talking. When the children they go to sleep to the bed, mother can sing a song or tell a story and pass on a message. A beautiful message can be given to the child that it's safe, he has so much beautiful energy inside and can face any problem and nothing to be worried. This kind of messages is going to go directly into subconscious mind. So children, they'll be sleeping. While you're telling story, they may go to sleep. But what happens, subconscious mind captures everything, message. You'll find over a period of time, after a week, everything changes. So I also advise this to several parents, the same problem. It really works. You can try this and it really works. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, how do we react to the situations where kids they act matured or behave like that? Should we feel good or should we feel sad? Something is wrong with them that they're behaving with such maturity levels? Or
children, they try to mimic. They're good mimicry artists. They try to exactly do like mother and father. They follow somebody like a role model or anybody, could be any adult. They have this kind of they feel good. Some children, they want to grow up so quickly and like my mother, because they understand that a mother has a wonderful role to play in the home. She is the decision maker, and this daughter wants to be very mature, very quickly become like a mother. It's very natural for a child. They try to learn adult behaviors at a very young age, but parents need to all the time not to discourage about it, not to encourage about it. What happens is, children, they need to enjoy their childhood time. Those are very, very precious moments. If you encourage adult behaviors, very well done, very good, you must behave like this adult, they will stop being a child. They stop being smiley and they don't play with other kids. They forget about a lot of these natural qualities they had. So it's so important that let their inner child, playful, inner, spontaneous child, creative child be intact in them, very alive in them.
Is it possible that they might have got these things when they were in womb? Possibility
is there. My research is that most of the children, they carry even the blocks, imprints right in the in utero state, fetal state, in the womb state. They just imprinting is done, psychological, emotional imprinting. Not only parents, they pass on the genetic coding, they pass on the emotion, mental imprinting. And when they're born, these imprints, they start coming out. These behaviors, they start coming out. Parents might not be showing these behaviors, but children, they show it.
See, that time we were not aware, and in case if there are any negative blocks, whatever you said, when they're asleep, give this message or any affirmation, will that work out?
Yes, that's one thing. I'll also share about how to do this. Fetal imprinting, it is done. In meditation, mothers and fathers, they can actually declog, remove all those imprints. There's a reframing of these memories that can be done very, very beautifully. It's a beautiful process in meditation. I'm going to share it. All the parents can do that also. You can actually reframe the womb memory. It will have such beautiful impact on the children. Yeah. Yes.
Sir, one question. Like, I'm a meditator, and I have this experience of pre-birth communication with
Yes.
the child. So I want to know how I can use it for the betterment of the child's future. Actually, I think the child brought me here today. So I am not yet married.
Right.
But a lot of guidance and
Yes.
lot of interactions happen with the child in the meditation.
Wow.
So I want to know how I can utilize this for his future.
Yes. So all the messages passed on from the spirit world, from the soul, the unborn soul, the soul that's coming to you as your son, you can actually have a dialogue. You invite, welcome that soul, and prepare yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And while you invite that soul, don't specify anything. Don't say that I want this kind of complexion. No, I accept you as you are. I'm very glad if you're born to me. You make my life so beautiful. I welcome you as you are. You don't need to be somebody. You just come to me. I'm waiting for you. This is a message as a mother you can pass on. Even when you are in the pregnancy period, you can have this pre-birth communication. Communicate with that soul, the fetus. And you can also learn some new skills. Whatever the new knowledge that you gather, scriptures, all that will be going into the fetus. Many mothers who learned some new language during a pregnancy period, the children, the fetus picks up everything. Later on, the child starts learning very quickly, within no time. Within months they pick up that language. As a mother, you can pass on this beautiful spiritual knowledge, and your meditations, they learn meditation from you right in the womb. Like a great Abhimanyu, such masters will be born, you know. It's a beautiful spiritual technology available. It's called pre-birth communication. And a soul can be invited, welcomed, and even pregnancy period, you can communicate with the fetus. Recently, what happened is one of the parents, they had the first child, and the child has delayed labor, and the mother has delayed labor, so they had to, doctors advised C-section, they did C-section. So the second pregnancy, the mother was very apprehensive, very fearful. The fetus was initially in the cephalic presentation. It completely turned into a breech presentation after a few months. After 6 months, suddenly it changed into breech presentation. Breech means it's a complicated labor. We can't expect a normal delivery. Mostly they will advise a C-section only. So what advice I given to the mother and the father is, somewhere mother, they carrying the fear energy, it affects the uterine contractions. Don't fear anything. Communicate with the fetus. Pre-birth communication. She did that. She said that you are safe. This world is beautiful. I welcome you with all my heart, with all my love. And after a month's period, the baby changed again to cephalic presentation. She had absolutely normal delivery. That's what happens. When the mother is in high fear and a lot of fears for the pregnant woman, it creates a disharmonious uterine contractions. It can lead to complicated deliveries, delayed labor, all this. So pre-birth communication of great help, and it's also a great spiritual experience. You know? Thank you.
What if we have missed it?
Okay. Now, you're going to teach this to other women. Through them you are going to experience. One need not be a mother. For example, I am a man. I don't need to be a woman to experience, but I can see many pregnant women getting benefited. It's also my experience. I see the beauty and the whole. It becomes my experience. It's because it's a oneness field. All things we don't need to experience. Even if you missed out, what best you can offer to your child, you can see now. How you can actually awaken your own self, where you transmit new vibrational energy to your child. That affects your child. If a parent changes, it changes the child. If a parent heals themselves, it also heals the child. That's the equation. An awakened parent will bring out the best potential of the child out. An awakened parent can do that. So friends, the first sutra of every parenting, in the parenting principles, is every parent must connect to their own inner child energy, inner children. You must know what is the world of a child. Every parent need to know how a child looks at the world. We have forgotten about it. We became adults, big adults. We have developed big egos. We think too much. We don't know the being state. We don't know how to be, simple. Children are very natural, simple, divine beings. So we need to again reawaken that inner child energy in us. Once upon a time we were children. We need to reconnect to that inner child. In all of us there is a child in us. You all can look into my eyes, look into myself. Now we can see a little Newton there. A small Newton inside me, like a little baby Newton. In every one of us that small child is there. So connect to that child in you. You look through those eyes, you will look at the very innocent version of the world. The child has amazing trust. All the trust issues will develop later on only. We don't trust life, we don't trust universe, we don't trust God. Everything we have doubting Thomas here inside the minds. We build walls around us. All things are later on. But child's energy is absolute trust. And second point is spontaneity. They live in a non-linear world. Every child. Child's world is completely filled with mythical, imaginative, and it's a non-linear, curved world. It's not adults. We think in a very linear. This. For them, it's entire big world. The world of them is spontaneous. That's why a child has no plan and things. They are very spontaneous. You ask a child something, they'll sing there only. They will not plan to sing. Most of the adults, we plan, we go on planning. We never manifest in the results. It remains as a plan in the head. Children, they are not planners. They live life. They participate. They're spontaneous beings. We lost it, adults. So, if you reconnect to your inner child inside you, you will have that natural divinity coming back to you. You can understand your child, your daughter, your son. You accept them as they are. Every parent needs to accept their children as they are. Because that's how the growth happens. If you don't accept your child as they are, you place some conditions, you have to be like this in order to receive my love, that's going to be a great stumbling block for them. It creates inadequate feeling in them, low self-esteem. Accept your child as they are. Then they will grow so in leaps and bounds. They will not have that no answer coming from them. If you accept them as they are, they will rebel for a week. After that, they will be yes people, yes to life. So, Right now, we all close our eyes for a while. We'll do this. We connect to the inner child energy inside us. We just close our eyes for a while. హాయిగా కళ్ళు మూసుకుని సుఖాసనంలో ఉంటూ sit in a comfortable posture. You may close your eyes. And in this meditation, we understand the world of a child. We'll go back in time when we were all little babies, little children. For that, initially, empty the mind. Just watch the breath. No thought, no mind state. Totally relax. At this moment, I would like you to visualize, picturize the home of your childhood. When you lived as a child in that home, imagine it, remember it, focus your mind on this home where you have lived in that home as a child. It could be any home. You might have changed many homes, but one of the homes, very dear, very deeply emotionally connected to you. At this moment, as I count 5 to 1, I would like you to go into that home, revisit that home, and there in that home, by the count of 1, you will be meeting your own inner child when you are a little child. You can sense, you may feel from your heart your own inner child. 5. Visualize, picturize, imagine your childhood home where you're standing in front of it. మీ చిన్ననాటి రోజుల్లో మీరు నివసించినటువంటి గృహము, దాన్ని చక్కగా దృశ్యీకరించండి. 5 నుంచి 1 లెక్క పెట్టినప్పుడు మీరు చక్కగా ఆ చిన్ననాటి గృహంలోకి వెళ్ళండి. మీ యొక్క ఇన్నర్ చైల్డ్, మీలో ఉన్నటువంటి పసిపాప, పసిబాలుడు ఆ గృహంలో నివసిస్తున్న రోజుల్లో ఎట్లా ఉన్నారో ఆ పసిబాలుని, పసిపాపని మీరు కలవగలుగుతారు. 3. Go into that childhood home. Walk into the home as this wise adult being. Just open your heart center. మీ ఇంట్లోకి ఇప్పుడు చక్కగా నడుస్తూ మీ హృదయ చక్రాన్ని కంప్లీట్గా విచ్చుకునేట్లు చేసి మీరు ఒక సందేశాన్ని పంపిస్తున్నారు. ఆ సందేశం ఏంటంటే, నా ఇన్నర్ చైల్డ్ని నేను ఈ ఇంట్లో, ఏ ఇంట్లో అయితే నేను నివసించానో ఆ ఇన్నర్ చైల్డ్ని నేను కలవాలి అనే సంకల్పం చేస్తున్నారు. యు ఆర్ నౌ intending to meet your inner child in the childhood home. Walk into the front room, look at the color of the walls, furniture, wall paintings, whatever that is there in that home. Your kitchen, your dining hall, your bedrooms, the play area, the play where you used to play a lot of time. 2. While you're going and exploring your childhood home, certain childhood emotions, emotional memories, they pop out suddenly, spontaneously. You start remembering the times when you're a little baby, little child, where you're so playful, so innocent, so happy. Very touching moments, very pleasurable, very significant memories. they start surfacing. మీ చిన్ననాటి గృహంలో మీరు ఈ యొక్క సంకల్పంతో, నా యొక్క చిన్న పసిపాపని, నేను చిన్ననాటి రోజుల్లో ఎట్లా ఉన్నానో ఆ చిన్న పసిపాపని, పసిబాలుని నేను కలవాలి అని ఈ సంకల్పంతో వెళ్ళినప్పుడు అక్కడుండే గృహంలో ఉండే అన్ని వస్తువుల్ని, గోడల్ని, కలర్స్ని, ఫర్నిచర్ని అన్నిటినీ చూడండి. అన్ని రూమ్స్లోకి తిరిగి చూడండి. ఇట్లా తిరుగుతున్నప్పుడు మీకు మీ చిన్ననాటి మర్చిపోయిన కొన్ని సంఘటనలు బయటకి వస్తాయి. చక్కగా మీరు గుర్తు తెచ్చుకుంటారు. కొన్ని సంఘటనల్లో మీరు ఎంతో మధురానుభూతులు, ఎంతో హ్యాపీనెస్, ఎంతో స్పాంటేనియస్గా, క్రియేటివ్గా, ఎంతో చక్కని మధురానుభూతుల్ని అనుభవించినటువంటి ఆ చిన్ననాటి రోజులు. 1. Now, your inner child appears to you in a particular age group, in a particular dress code. It could be anything, or you may just feel. మీరు ఇప్పుడు మీ యొక్క పసిబాలుడు, పసిపాపని మీరు చక్కగా కలవగలుగుతారు. దృశ్యీకరణం కానీ, చూడడం కానీ, లేకపోతే మీ హృదయ చక్రం నుంచి ఫీల్ కాగలుగుతారు. ఒక పర్టికులర్ ఏజ్ గ్రూపులో కానీ ఒక డ్రెస్ కోడ్ వేసుకుని ఆ ఇన్నర్ చైల్డ్ మీరు కలవగలుగుతారు. ఆ చిన్న పసిపాపకి, పసిబాలుడికి మీరు మీ హృదయ భాషతో మీరు చెప్పండి, నేను నిన్ను కలవడానికి ఈరోజు వచ్చాను, నేను నిన్ను చాలా ప్రేమిస్తున్నాను. కళ్ళల్లోకి చూస్తూ చక్కగా ఇంకొంచెం దగ్గరకు వెళ్ళండి. మీ హృదయం ద్వారా, మీ ఫీలింగ్స్ ద్వారా చక్కగా ఆ చిన్న బాలుడిని, బాలికని చక్కగా హత్తుకోండి, హగ్ చేసుకోండి. Now, communicate with this inner child of yours. Speak to that inner child. Tell this inner child, I have come for you. I am there for you. I am coming from the future time to meet you. I love you exactly the way you are. ఆ అమాయకమైనటువంటి కళ్ళల్లోకి చూస్తూ, నిష్కల్మషమైనటువంటి ఆ చిన్న పిల్లవాడు, పసిపాప యొక్క హృదయాన్ని మీరు అర్థం చేసుకుంటూ ఆ ఇన్నోసెంట్ వరల్డ్లోకి వెళ్ళండి. ఆ చిన్న ఇన్నర్ చైల్డ్కి మీరు చెప్పండి, నేను నీకు ఉన్నాను, నీకోసమే ఈరోజు నేను కలవడానికే వచ్చాను ఈ ఛానల్లో. నిన్ను నేను సంపూర్ణంగా అర్థం చేసుకుంటాను, నువ్వు ఇప్పుడు క్షేమం అని చెప్పండి. Tell that inner child that I have just come for you. I understand you. I open my heart now. I'm very glad that I could meet you today. Just connect to that very, very soft, intuitive, divine, natural, spontaneous inner child's energy. The great qualities, virtues this child has got, all the divine qualities, you can, from your heart center, you can feel them. Give a warm hug to this inner child of yours, expressing your love to this inner child. I am there for you. I love you as you are. You are safe in this world. Tell this child that we are now going to be companions from now. Always I'll be with you. We are teammates from now. That's wonderful. At this moment, let your inner child experience whatever that inner child of you likes the most, the beautiful place of nature, favorite place of nature. Could be mountains, rivers, streams, waterfalls. Any place that inner child likes most. You can take the inner child to that place of nature where the inner child can express herself and himself, being natural, smiling, playful, spontaneous, creative, authentic, dancing, singing. Just be playful with your inner child, being there, constant companion to this inner child of you. At this moment, you can welcome the inner child into your heart. Tell this inner child, we are inseparable, we are same. We are inseparable friends from now. At this moment, you can start slowly coming back. When I count 1 to 3, you may slowly open your eyes. You will be carrying a beautiful words as a message from your inner child. It's a positive message that you carry with you. 1, 2, and 3. Whenever you are ready, you may slowly open your eyes. That's wonderful, friends. Very good. If you look through the eyes of the child, the world looks different. It's a beautiful world. To understand your child, you need to step into the shoes of the child. How a child thinks, how a child emotes, how a child perceives the world. So you need to be like a child to understand the child's energy. అందుకే ప్రతి పిల్లల్ని పెంచడంలో ఫస్ట్ మీలో ఉన్న చిన్న పిల్ల పసిపాపని పసిబిడ్డని మీరు ఫస్ట్ అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. మన యొక్క చిన్నప్పుడు మన పెంపకం ఎట్లా ఉందో ఒక్కొక్కసారి దాన్నే మనం ఇక్కడ రిపీట్ చేస్తాం. మనం పెద్ద అయిన తర్వాత కూడా ఒక్కొక్కసారి చిన్నప్పుడు ఎట్లాంటిది మనం గోత్రు అయ్యామో అదే ఇక్కడ రిపీట్ చేస్తాం. మన తల్లిదండ్రులు మనం కొట్టుంటారనుకోండి, మనం కూడా పెద్ద అయిన తర్వాత మన పిల్లలు పుట్టిన తర్వాత మనం కూడా వాళ్ళని కొడతాం అనమాట. అది మనం కాన్షియస్గా అవేర్ అయ్యి స్టాప్ చేయాలి. You have to become aware of what kind of parenting you received as a child. Sometimes unconsciously we repeat the same thing. This is called acting in, act out. Acting act in, act out principle. Whatever that is given to you, you give out the same thing now as an adult. So, second thing, it's okay to make mistakes. This point మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం. తప్పులు చేయడం సహజం. ప్రతి చైల్డ్ తప్పులు చేస్తూ తప్పటడుగులు వేస్తూ పడుతూ లేస్తూ వాళ్ళు నేర్చుకుంటారు. ఇట్స్ ఓకే టు కమిట్ మిస్టేక్స్. Children, they develop such guilt and shame. తప్పుల్ని ఎలా సరిదిద్దుకోవాలో మనం నేర్పించాలి పేరెంట్గా. వాటిని రిపీట్ చేయకుండా ఎట్లా సరిదిద్దుకోవాలి, హౌ టు కరెక్ట్ అవర్ సెల్స్ ద మిస్టేక్స్, హౌ టు ప్రోగ్రెస్. గిల్ట్ ఫ్రీ లైఫ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. గిల్ట్ ఫ్రీ లైఫ్. చైల్డ్ని ఎప్పుడు గిల్ట్లో పెంచకూడదు. వాళ్ళని గిల్టీగా చేసి నువ్వు ఇట్లా చేసావు, ఇది మిస్టేక్ చేసావు, ఇది తప్పు ఎప్పుడు డిస్కరేజింగ్గా అది చెప్పకూడదు. గిల్ట్ ఫ్రీ లైఫ్. గిల్ట్ ఈజ్ సచ్ ఏ ఎమోషన్, వెరీ పెయిన్ఫుల్ ఎమోషన్. దే గెట్ స్టక్ ఇన్ ద పాస్ట్ విత్ గిల్ట్. Let them live so happily. As a parent, that's our wish. And it's okay to have problems, it's okay to have conflicts. Parent need to tell this message. Life is all kinds of experiences are there. Problems bound to come. Problems will be there. As a parent, we need to have stable mind, peaceful mind, courageous mind. If your mind is fickle, if your mind is very, very fearful, what we can give to the child? Buddha says, cultivate your mind through awareness. If a parent practices awareness, mindfulness, meditation, it's going to be so helpful. You have peaceful mind. A parent who has a peaceful mind, they are going to be the awakened parents. మెడిటేషన్ చేసే పేరెంట్స్ ఆ ఎరుకతో జీవనం చేస్తుంటారు. వారు ఆ పిల్లలకి చక్కగా ఎంత పీస్ఫుల్గా జీవించవచ్చు అనేది వాళ్ళు నేర్పిస్తారు. అది చాలా గొప్ప వరం. అది యూ హ్యావ్ టు బీ with peaceful mind as a parent, aware mind, and it's essential to tell the truth all the times. Lying distorts the reality. Parents, when they start lying all the time out of fear, even sometimes we try to manipulate children through lying. I told some examples, like to make them eat food, we tell lie. To make them do certain things, we go on lying. We give wrong beliefs to them. Sometimes we tell those things. We should stop doing that. We create certain kind of inner images. It's very difficult later on life to remove them. One thing is very common I have come across is about ghosts. Parents, they tell that ghost will come if you don't do this. They get these inner images inside. They get stuck. The subconscious mind carries. So, not to manipulate, not to control the child. Instead, there is a nurturing discipline. Nurturing discipline means with so much love and care, you can pass on the discipline. That's very different kind of parenting. If you try to control, oh, child will be spoiled if I don't control now, the child will go out of control. Definitely will push them into out of controls. As human beings, as unique beings, nobody want to be controlled, nobody want to be manipulated. They are the souls who have come into this plane, so they want their respect. They want you to respect their uniqueness. So nobody want to be controlled. So always possible is always speak the truth.
Dr. Newton, there are times like my kid is scared, sometimes scared of darkness.
Right.
And he doesn't want to, in the night, when, once he wakes up from sleep, he doesn't want to go to washroom all alone.
Yeah.
He wants to be accompanied. So such fear, we should tell them that nobody is there or be with them. How do we handle such fear?
So you can actually use certain tools like sleep talking, speak to their before they slip into sleep. These fears are very, very natural. Certain children have some natural fears. Fear of darkness. It's nothing but a fear of unknown actually, because everything is dark. And second is fear of sound, loud sounds. Fear of heights. But parents, they have so much of this pleasures they get by throwing the child into this heights, and they want to catch hold. It's very scary for the child. If you step into the shoes of the child and see, fathers, they want to do that constantly. They put like a ball, they push the child into the air, they'll catch hold of the child. Very scary. And loud sounds, they put loud music. It's very scary for them, very fearful. So sounds, darkness, all these are very natural, they'll go away. Parent can support. Parent can tell them, give them messages which are very supportive for them.
Like you mentioned about throwing them in the air. We have never done that with our child.
Yeah.
You always keep saying this. But now at the age of 3, he asked us to do that.
So you can do it when a child asks, it's okay. But I experienced it this many times. I was feeling so scared in the childhood. So we need to be very, very aware that children, we sometimes try to derive some kind of happiness from teaching them some behaviors. When neighbors they come, when the visitors come to the home, we make them sing a song. They don't want to sing a song, but you have to stand and sing a song. They don't like it. It's like they have to please you. They know that they will learn that if I don't please my mother, I will not be appreciated. They will be very unhappy. They will show it through their behaviors. Mother will be very serious. Mother will be angry. So child naturalness is gone, you know. And you are also teaching them to be hypocrites. You teach them, you behave this way. When visitors come, you have to behave differently, as if no problem is there. So children, the parents need to be very aware of these things.
I have one more thing.
Yeah.
We observe that when my kid is in a crowded area where there are so many people, he is not comfortable, he gets irritated. So shall we avoid such situations, or? Actually,
all children, they avoid crowds. They don't like malls and all these places. We make them we train them to like all these things. They don't like this kind of crowds, you know. They like respecting the space, and they like those things. It's very natural. All these fears, they'll go away as the child starts growing up.
Continue taking them to such places, or we should avoid such places?
When they're comfortable after 5 years age, that's okay. Because most of the children, when such theaters we go, there's so much crowds, their emotional energy is completely gone. They get drained out. So even now, sometimes I experience, if I go to a mall, I get headaches. Because so much of this kind of thought forms, so many thought forms around, crowd, everyone in a mad rush, full of desire, craving, I want to buy this, all these things, you know. There's no satisfaction in them, there's no, all people with so much of thoughts, polluted thoughts. Even we experience that in the malls, and children, they are very natural beings. They like to be in the nature.
The same space when it is empty, they are comfortable. The same space when it is crowded, they are not.
They don't like it. So when they are comfortable, they will ask. Social parties, for example, they like to be with their friends. Birthday parties, small places, that's okay for them.
And how to control kids are opposite? I mean, literally they're on wheels. They are never, at one place.
So many children have so much energy. They are very hyperactive. Don't suppress that energy. Between 2 years to 4 years, they can exhibit this kind of behaviors.
I have the problem with my daughter. She's almost like weeks, and I have complaints from everyone, from music teacher, from tuition teacher,
Yeah.
from school. And only in study she's like on good strain, but you talk about anything else, she's like rocket.
Oh,
and,
right.
We went for a movie, iMovie, and with that makeup and all, it was looking scary. And my cousin, she was sitting there, she was closing, and my daughter, she was laughing out loud.
Because
I had to take her out. She was not scared, like looking at all that.
yeah, such children, you should not think that they have problem. They have very beautiful energy. You, as a parent, you can redirect that beautiful energy in a very constructive, creative manner, because such huge energy is there for in the toddler stage, which when it is suppressed, it becomes very destructive energy. Creative energy should never be suppressed. I heard from the about making the children little less hyperactive. The doctors, they started giving a pill. What is that pill that they make them sleep more, drowsy? Even crash they put, and they give this kind of medicine. Actually, we are making dull children by that, dulling their consciousness, dulling their neuronal cells. So it's okay to, they're natural.
Because her tuition teacher asked me, your daughter is very hyperactive. Why don't you just show her to some, get some counseling, because she does not sit in one place and focus.
Actually, society wants all dull robots, children, just buddhus, they should not open their mouth. They have to all the time obey. They say, do this, they say, yeah. They have to say all the time, yes. When somebody is very active, we can't. But
I'm not concerned. When you said get counseling.
it's natural for them, Accept your daughter, everything as she is. That's the key. And this activeness, it will be rechanneled in a positive manner. When we try to look at her in a very, that she has a problem, all that, actually we are imposing a problem, we're creating a new problem for her. If you take to a psychologist, they will tell that there is a problem, have a diagnosis for it. They'll try to fix it, And instead, the children are so beautiful beings, their energy is getting expressed in a way. You have to rechannel that
But
energy.
she is my energy.
No, you spend time with your child,
Actually,
how to rechannel the energy. So parents, if they spend time with the child, and that energy will be rechanneled.
I'm almost there with her, not like mother as a friend. One day I said, you focus and put your brain on what you're doing. She said, Mummy, I kept my brain.
Right.
And she never focuses on anything. That's my main concern.
Yeah.
sir, I too had the same problem with my kid.
Yeah.
So I even obeyed the tuition teacher's words and taken her to a psychologist. So what he said is, madam, remove this word hyperactive from your dictionary.
Yeah.
No one is hyperactive. You are not showing enough attention for her energy.
True.
It's your problem, not her.
That's the parent problem. Parents.
So you need to give lot of time to
True.
make that energy in the proper way.
Yes, exactly.
Even my mom has suggested.
My son will notify me, Mama, I'm going to get hyperactive now. So
Oh, beforehand.
it made me aware so that I have to take care
Yeah.
of things.
Excellent.
word-
Children are wise. So. And the second important sutra is unconditional love. పరిమితులు లేని ప్రేమతో పెంచడం. Unconditional love. Love heals. Love is the one ingredient that it has made the whole universe. The whole universe, stars, everything, planets, beings, everything is made of love. This whole universe collapses if there is no love. One simple thing, that when people are not loved, they become angry, very destructive. All destructive behaviors in a way is because lack of love. If your child is showing certain behaviors, know that you are not giving enough love. People say, I love my child, but increase the dose. If you there's no still change, go on increasing, multiplying the dose. That's very important. You will see such beautiful shift happening in your child. And even unconditional love, it clears karmic imprints. Even right in the womb state, if a parent follows spiritual parenting principles, in the womb they clear all the karmic samskaras, sanchita karma. They clear it. And the soul completely don't carry the past baggage. They drop it, because that unconditional love the parent is giving to the child in the womb state, that itself is going to shield, that's going to clear everything. So if you want to see your child as the most beautiful soul here, start from your pregnancy. And if you already delivered a baby, you have a big child now, you can go back to the past and reframe everything, So give them all that unconditional love. Never it is too late. My mother loves me so much. Even now, she treats me like a small kid. I used to refuse before. Even now she wants to feed me. For her, I'm a little baby only, and never grown up. She treats me, but I understand her love now. Initially, I was judging her love, because whatever the interrupted moments of love that happened between me and my mother, as a child, I judged her. Children, they come to some conclusions, judgments at a very younger age. So they start rebelling. So what happens, there's a shift that happened. I accepted, I understood my mother's love. Such a huge shift it brings in a child's life. And every child needs to be understood or made understood that they're very unique, incomparable. Don't compare the children between siblings, between neighbors' children and your children. They're just unique. Sachin Tendulkar is Sachin Tendulkar, and Buddha is Buddha, and each one is very unique. We can't compare. Each one is born for the unique purpose, with their uniqueness. Never to compare. And no competition needed. Encourage child to compete with their own self from yesterday to today. What am I today? What am I going to be tomorrow? And its competition is nothing to do with others. Its competence need to be raised in a child. Inside their competence, they keep growing, evolving. So it's important that all emotions, positive, negative, are expressed. Not to discourage a child to suppress their emotions, not to suppress their emotional energy. At a very younger age, it's so important. Parents, they allow them to be natural beings. embrace their emotions, they will not carry any emotional baggage. They know how to express their emotions in a creative, positive manner. Otherwise, later on in life, the child will express these emotions violently. All or none phenomena, either they express or they don't express at all. If any expression is coming, it's too much expression. There is a middle path that they learn how to express their emotions, how to express the anger. Right person, right dose, right time, right circumstances, they know exactly. Otherwise, if it is built up inside, once it comes out as a volcanic eruption. And it's natural to want more. This should be encouraged. Children, if they like something, they want more. Whether it is sweet, whether it is a toy, whether it is anything, not to suppress, not to discourage. They want to play more. Most of the children, they play with me and they don't want to leave after some time. Their mothers and fathers find so much tough time to bring separation between me and the children. Because they naturally sense my energies. They come to me. Once they come, I play with them and they don't want to leave. They say, I will live only with this uncle. You go. So, because children, whatever they like, they want more of that. It's very natural. And the most precious thing that parents can give their children is time. Ask yourself how much time, quality time I'm spending with my children. Where you are fully engaged, fully present. You are with the heart, soul, completely present with the child. Quality time. Even mother and father also need to spend time. And touch is very essential for the baby. Without touch, the child may survive but can be seriously dysfunctional. చిన్నపిల్లలకి తల్లిదండ్రుల నుంచి చక్కగా హత్తుకోవాలి. వాళ్ళు ఎప్పటికీ అది ఇష్టం అన్నమాట. వాళ్ళ తల్లిదండ్రులు ముద్దు పెట్టుకుంటే వాళ్ళని జస్ట్ దగ్గరికి తీసుకొని హత్తుకుంటే వాళ్ళకి చాలా ఇష్టపడతారు. అది ప్రేమ వాళ్ళకి. నా తల్లి నా తండ్రి నన్ను చాలా ప్రేమిస్తున్నారు. తల్లి ఒక్కొక్కసారి ఇట్లా నిమురుతుంది తల మీద వచ్చి. ఇట్స్ ఎ వెరీ లవింగ్ కైండ్ యాక్ట్. If a baby has headache, mother comes and it's a miracle, magic. The headache goes away. The touch of the mother, it's a healing. The touch, don't forget the touch. Children, they need to be touched. Otherwise, they attract wrong touch. Those children who are not touched, they attract very sexual abuse. They can fall victims to some strangers because they want to be touched. So parents, loving presence, touch, hugs needed. We say this, we need 4 hugs a day for survival. We need 8 hugs a day for maintenance. We need 12 hugs a day for growth. Children need to be hugged. Many, many hugs. It's the miracle. And breast milk for mothers who have newborn babies now, always know that it's the love that mother is sharing with the baby. The high immunoglobulin content in the breast milk, high tryptophan content, which produces serotonin in baby, well-beingness. The whole growth of the child is dependent on this. And so some of the things like breastfeeding, carrying the baby all the time, even if you are going for the workplace, not to leave the child at the place, even it can generate some kind of traumatic memory for them, fear in them. one of the deepest fears for a child is separation anxiety with their parents, with their mother and father. Such children, they have later on gastrointestinal disorders. Their earlier separation from the parents. For example, nowadays, parents, they go to America, they put the child only in India with their grandparents. They, for the child's sake only, they will start earning money there. But what happens to this child? Separation anxiety. They'll be missing the father and mother so much. Nobody can replace mother and father. They may be caretakers, but caretakers are caretakers. Mother is mother. Mother is so primary, very, very essential. So, carrying the baby wherever, at least for initial formative years, till 8 years, it's called formative years. It forms the complete etheric and astral body to develop. That much time it takes. So, these formative years, it prepares the child for the rest of the entire adult life. And being with them when they sleep. Child wants to sleep with the parents till certain age. It's okay to do that. They want to in physical proximity with the parents. They want to sleep in between the mother and father. Mostly that is the case. So it's okay to do that. Because they like the touch. They like to be, feel so safe. And active involvement of father. We have seen that in families where father is spending time and actively involving the parenthood, raising the children, best children. They, because the father's energy is so important. It's said that father teaches the child about how to face the world. Mother teaches the child how to go in the inner world, the emotional world, heart, soul. Mother is expert in that, father is expert in the outer world. Both the energies are needed. And third one is law of trust. Trust your child. విశ్వసించడం, విశ్వాసం ఉండాలి మీ చిన్న బిడ్డ మీద. ఏ విశ్వాసం ఉండాలి? మా కొడుకు కూతురు గొప్ప మాస్టరు. She has all the potential. She is a divine, natural divine being. విశ్వసించాలి. మనం ఎప్పుడు వాళ్ళని కరెక్ట్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తుంటాం. We try to correct the child. We try to say no. We try to all the time correcting. We are giving the message, non-verbal message, that you are not doing good, you are not right, do what I say. You are giving a different message to the child. Don't correct your child. Understand the child. They have very creative, unique ways of doing things. They are very brilliant people. Adults very, very linear. And love of parents is expressed through their caring and trusting. Caring and trusting. And law of teaching by example. The fourth sutra of parenting is be an example, role model for your child. If you want to pass on a message to a child, you need to follow it. Be an example. Stand like an example. You are teaching about fearlessness, but if you have tremendous fear, you can't pass on that to a child. You heard about the story of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa? Yeah. He has to postpone telling the child not to eat the candies. Asked the mother to bring her after 3rd week, 4th week. He said to the daughter, that little daughter, that stop eating candies from today. It's not good for your health. She stopped. Mother asked, why you did not tell on the first visit? You wasted my time. He said, I like candies, I like sugar candies. So if I say stop eating, it's not good for health, I'm not following it. What I'm not following, even if I say, the child will not listen. Parents need to be very careful about whether they are following it or not. Living by being an example, setting an example. And you want children to listen to you, first listen to your child, learn to listen to your child. All the time you only say to a child, where you listen, what is your ideas, your views, your feelings, tell, I'm there to listen to you. Active listening, not passive listening. Very actively listen to the child. And law of thought, word and deed. Every word, every thought that we think, every word that we express, every action, behavior that we exhibit with consciousness. Manasa vacha karmena, మనస్సులో ఆలోచనలు, వాక్కులో మాట, సత్యవాకులు అండ్ చేష్టలు అన్నీ కూడా కాన్షియస్నెస్ నుంచి రావాలి. కాన్షియస్గా అవేర్గా ఉండాలి. ఎందుకంటే ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఇట్ గోస్ యాజ్ ఇంప్రింట్స్ ఇన్ టు ద మైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ చైల్డ్. If you are speaking with unawareness, your behaviors, all that, it can affect the child. For example, I'll give you an example. Mother was taking the daughter in the marketplace, and mother met with an accident there. There was a fracture, and somebody said some words unconsciously. Father said some words. Because the daughter is very empathizing with the situation, the mother, and the father said, from today you should not be happy because your mother is suffering. What happened? That word, father said, because the girl is laughing at home, because she is in her world. But father just said very unconsciously that your mother is having fracture, pain, don't laugh, don't play, be there with your mother. What happened? Those words embedded in the mind of the child. She stopped being happy. Later on it formed a belief, if I am happy, mother will meet accident. She transformed into belief, and she stopped being happy. If I am happy, accidents will happen. It's imprinted from the childhood. So this is what happens. Unconscious words, it will affect the child. What you're speaking as a parent, be aware. Be careful about what you're speaking. Law of deliberate creation by becoming a choice maker. Children need to be told that they have power of choice. ఎన్నిక చేసుకోవడము అనేది వాళ్ళకి ఉంది, స్వేచ్ఛ అనేది ఉంది, స్వయ ఇచ్ఛ. వాళ్ళు అన్నిటినీ ఇప్పుడు బర్త్డే వస్తుంది, వాళ్ళకి మనం అడగాలి, ఇది నీకు ఎర్ర కలర్ ఇష్టమా, బ్లూ కలర్ ఇష్టమా, కానీ మనం ముందే చెప్పేస్తాం, నీకు ఎర్ర కలరే బాగుంటుంది, నీకు ఇదే బాగుంటుంది, నువ్వు ఈ డ్రెస్సే తీసుకో. అట్లా కాదు, చిల్డ్రన్కి వాళ్ళు ఏది ఇష్టమో వాళ్ళని అడగాలి. ఫస్ట్ ప్రిఫరెన్సెస్, వాళ్ళ చాయిసెస్ రెస్పెక్ట్ చేయాలి. దాంతో ఏమవుతుందంటే you are telling them that you are the choice maker, you are the creator of your life, you can choose things, you are not choiceless, you have a choice to choose your happiness, to choose your lifestyle. You have ample choices. Thank you. Yeah, I know why you given water to me, to remind me about the time. Non-verbal communication. I'm so late to understand it. Okay, another 5 minutes I take. So, the children need to be given this message at a very young age that we are creators of our own reality. Our thoughts create reality. Positive thoughts, positive. realities. Negative thoughts, negative realities. And they have choice about the thought. They can choose positive thoughts and negative thoughts. That at a very younger age, children need to learn. This is one of the spiritual needs of a child. We learn about creating our reality after we become 40, 50 years, when we come into some kind of meditation program. So we need to give this very younger age. They know when they have pain in the body, they know how to cure it. They know how to heal their bodies. And seventh sutra is the law of purpose. There is a purpose for life. There is a grander purpose for life, for everyone's life. Without purpose, there is no creation at all. There is a very grand, beautiful design in this life. There is a beautiful plan, divine plan for this life. Every soul is born for this beautiful purpose. Mother and father need to tell this. No, you are born for such a great purpose. You find out, you ask sometimes, what do you want to do in your life? Just encourage them to answer. They will learn. That seed thought is sown in their minds. Very, very important. Law of dharma. There is a dharma for everyone. జీవిత లక్ష్యం ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. చిన్నపిల్లలకు తెలియాలన్నమాట. ఇంకోటి 8వది సూత్రం ద్వంద్వాలని తెలుసుకోవడం. ద్వంద్వపూరితమైనటువంటి లోకం, ద్వంద్వపూరితమైనటువంటి జీవితం, ద్వంద్వంతో ఉన్నటువంటి జీవితం మీన్స్ law of polarity and duality. We bound to experience all kinds of things, positive, negatives here. Children need to learn how to embrace both. Not as a parent, don't show only goody things. They must also know that world has all kinds of experiences are natural. Sometimes you get fever, don't show only health. One day you become very sick. When they see you very sick, their whole trust will collapse that day. Or one day you have seen the father as a very vulnerable also, they feel, today, because the children, they have very great place for the parents. They're like goddess, something happening to them. How can God be having pain and fever? No, because it suddenly collapses in them. It's okay for the children to know that there are vulnerable times, there are positive, negative experiences. It's very natural. We can embrace all of them as they are. Children, they embrace Dvandva, then they can transcend. And law of oneness. This sutra is so vital and important, and teach children about Ekatvam, the oneness field. Though కుమ్మరివాడు ఆ మట్టిని తీసుకుంటాడు, మట్టి నుంచే చేస్తాడు, కానీ ఎన్నో వైవిధ్యమైనటువంటి ఎన్నో రూపాల్ని క్రియేట్ చేస్తాడు కుమ్మరివాడు. A potter can create so many varieties of these clay pots, different creations. We all came from the same source. We are all the same. We are all the same stuff. And the same energy of God we came from. This is what a child need to learn. We have boundaries. We say this is my Pakistan, this is India, this is American. We divide it. We divide even our brothers, sisters. We divide. Telangana, Andhra, all division. Children need to know that we are all one. We have discriminations, racial discrimination, countries and kula, caste, everything. They need to know that we are all the same. There's no difference. Even the animals, plants, they also belong to the same energy of God. Children, if they quick in learning this, they have such compassion for creation. And the 10th one is meditation and truth. Dhyanam Satyam. We need to really pass on these tools to the children at a very younger age. So important this one is. This is such a precious gift that you are giving to your child by introducing meditation to them. They will never forget once they learn, but don't force the child to do meditation. They will not do for the whole life. I have seen many families, certain children in the families, I have my cousins, I observed this. In their families, they are given homeopathy. All for everything, the child is given homeopathy. Now the children, they hate homeopathy. When they hear homeopathy, they will run away. So even one family, the children are against spiritual path. Because it's such a torture. Parents, they are benefited. They try to push the children, meditate, push. Children, they become completely, they don't have fun and they miss all the time, and they will not meditate. For the sake of parents, they will try to meditate, please them in the childhood, but later on they will not. Instead, introduce meditation as a way of living, as a way of life. Not as a forcibly, but as a beautiful method of how we can enjoy life. Life synonymous with meditation. So in a way it is introduced not with force, they will take it. They will learn it. Actually tomorrow and day after tomorrow we have for children, spirituality for kids. There we introduce meditation, not like a Buddha sitting and watching the breath. They hate that kind of meditation. Instead, they like playful meditation. I always introduce them that let us play. Do you want to play? Many children, yes, I want to. Always they want to play. We'll play a beautiful game. It's called statue game. We are going to introduce meditation to statue game. So we say, we run and we have to sit down in a place. We have to become like a statue. We have to close our eyes and like a statue. You should not move, you should not open your eyes. For 5 minutes you have to, when statue has breathing, you have to watch the breath, breathe little bit. And they will learn. And for 5 minutes if they can sit down and quietly, they learn the skill, the art of meditation. They know how to be, composed, calm, tranquil, to still, silent mind. There's a way to introduce meditation. We introduce meditation through creative visualizations. Because they have monkey mind, very restless energy, we know how to really ground it. So friends, meditation as a very playful way they can learn. And not to force that to children. If parents, they are practitioners of meditation, they watch it, one day they'll be curious. They will naturally be drawn towards this. So that's wonderful, friends. Now you have some questions, and I'm going to teach you about that process where fetal imprinting can be cleared. First we'll take some questions from this, whatever that you have. Yeah. Any questions so far? Yes. Yes. Yes.
What in single parenting?
Okay. Single parent, good enough. One parent also can really give the best. If you are a one parent, sometimes we feel handicapped. You have to play dual roles. But for example, too much time is occupied with so many other activities, like you have to the breadwinner, to take care of the home, cooking, everything. So quality time, that's more important. The child understands everything in a very natural way. It will not incapacitate or handicap the child.
But will they not get affected when they see other children with the...
They will ask they'll come and ask the parent, At the time, you tell honestly what happened. So they will understand things. Children, they are very natural and understand very quickly. So why I don't have other parent, they may ask question, and you tell the answer. Give them the authentic answer. And child accepts it. And one more thing is, most of the parents have a habit of telling their problems to the children. Even all the sad emotions, mother telling to the daughter, what happens is the daughter absorbs that emotional energy. You don't need to tell your sad story to your children. You tell them, today I am little bit emotionally, I need to balance out something. Please give me some time, my dear daughter. You can tell that. But you don't need to tell all that emotion. What happens is, most of the children, they become the mother to the mother. Like they become the grown-up, suddenly the grown-up woman, and she is like, mother is like a little kid crying in front of the daughter. And that's not good. I have seen it is going to affect the whole life of this child. It's called parentification. A child may be parentified at a very younger age. If parents, they start telling to all the troubles to the children, and you must tell that these are my challenges. You don't need to worry. You enjoy your children. You enjoy your childhood. We know how to face these challenges in life. These problems are mine. It's not yours. I will take care of them. You must reassure the child. They will not take that. Otherwise, if they see mother crying or father constantly worrying, it affects the child's growth. Friends, some questions? Yeah, you want to ask? Yeah.
I hope most of the questions are already answered in today's talk. And there are 3 questions which are asked in many forms.
Right,
forms that
okay.
we have filled. Most often asked questions. One of them is the one ma'am has asked just now, single parent, how to
Yes.
handle. That is already answered just
Yeah.
now. The other one is how to handle the anger without showing it on children. That is asked by almost 10 people.
How to rear the child without anger?
Yeah,
How to
handle the parents' anger without showing it on the children.
On the children. So, first is every parent need to know that this destructive emotion of anger, when it is shown on children, it's going to ruin the life of the child. You are getting angry on your husband, you show all that anger on your child. It's a habit of many mothers because it's helplessness, frustration. They go and, if they are frustrated, they go and beat the child because the child will irritate the parents, something they do, and immediately we hit the child. We express it on children. It's very, very bad because it's going to ruin the life of the child. Parents need to work on their issue of anger. How to transform anger into peace. Most of the times this anger energy is coming because of their own lack of love. The attention that they are not getting from their husbands, women are getting angry, or something about lack of attention, lack of love, that's creating anger. So they need to work on that. Some of the tools are like spiritual tools we have. How to actually not to express it on the children, instead play sports. All that anger expressed, cricket bat and hit the ball. And those sports people, they're free from all that anger. Or have a punch bag in the home and lock the doors. Whenever you are angry, don't hit anybody. hit that punch back till you completely done with that anger. You may be angry at situation, you are angry at God, you are angry at many things. Never to express it on children. Even the tone of your voice, they can sense it. It's very, very destructive emotion. Anger never helps. Peace helps. Love helps. Compassion helps. Kindness helps. Only certain times you need to pretend your anger for the children. To only certain incidents. For example, child is too adventurous, want to jump from height. Too young child, because they have seen Hanuman program, Bal Hanuman. They'll become us Spider-Man. They want to do that. Then you have to pretend anger a little bit. Only pretension of anger is okay, but not the real anger and hitting the children. So mostly our own frustration, our own issues, we express it on children, because children, they have amazing energy. What is happening in this dynamics is, most of the adults, parents, they grab the energy of the child, emotional energy of the child by doing that. They become vampires, energy vampires. They do it. What is happening, etheric body, if you observe, a meditator with an open third eye, they can see it, aura. They intimidate, they go and pounce on the child, go on hitting. What's happening is, they grab the energy of the child, feels very weak, very tired, very, very drained out. They'll go into deep victimhood, all that. So in that act, parent is gaining some kind of beautiful energy, anger energy, fully etheric body is saturated with energy. But it's not going to help. That energy will go away. How long you go on taking energy from your child? Most of the parents, they do. Weak parents, they go on hitting the children. Weak, very weak parents. Strong parents, they are compassionate parents. Parents who are very weak, they get tired. All that they go, children are very, very mischievous, is very naughty. They are like children, they are like Krishnas. They are like baby Krishna. Krishna can't be, he is naughty. Krishna is naughty. Children are very naughty. Accept them. But many parents, because of their lack of energy, they grab the energy of the children. So instead, the parent need to learn meditation, access the higher source of energy. When you meditate cosmic energy, you can take thousands, millions of units of cosmic energy, which can be downloaded into you. Instead of stealing energy from our children, it can be downloaded. So it's so easy tools. Meditation is such a beautiful way. And whenever a parent is becoming angry, go and meditate for some time. You will get some experiences, meditational experience. You will see some inner visions. Like you see your children wherever they are irritated, but you see a different version, why they are doing that. Sudden insights will come. After your meditation, the anger has gone. You don't need to even express it on your child. You will be so compassionate to your children. Okay? Yeah, thank you.
The last question. How to help the child when they are in deep problem without getting disturbed as a parent?
Can you repeat this?
Yeah, how to help the child when they are in deep problem without getting disturbed as a parent?
Okay. So when a child is in the problem, how to help the child without getting disturbed as a parent? Yeah. Really, is it a problem for the parent? When a child is in problem, if it is disturbing a parent need to understand that they need to correct something in them. Because they have already faced life, they have grown through so many challenges in their life, they know how problems bound to come, and we can't run away from problems. We have to face them. There's a solution for the problem. And if a parent is feeling disturbed, that means they need to work on themselves, raise their levels of consciousness, and they need to empower themselves somewhere. Many of the children, they do get some problems, whether it is health problem, emotional problems. When they becoming teenagers, they become smokers, they can sometimes go and attract wrong company and go into drug addiction, all that. If a parent is worried and disturbed, they can't help. Instead, hold the space for them, understand the child, why the child is having this problem, without being disturbed. If the parent is getting disturbed, no way that we can help them. Instead, understand what's happening in the life of the child. Suddenly you will realize that what happened, why this deviation, why this problem, why health problem. Recently I had a conversation with a girl, and what happened is, after she went through some kind of emotional issue in a relationship, the little girl, she was around 21 years, suddenly she developed a health problem, health crisis. Parents were shaken up, everyone in the family shaken up, and the girl has to go through surgery. She was operated for brain tumor, and parents could not know how to help this girl because they were so disturbed. Before onset of this illness, 6 months, 1 year before, there's a breakup in the relationship. It was very hard for her. She was thinking all the time in the mind. She was having such stress, emotional stress, which is like a trigger event which has precipitated into health crisis. So parents need to understand what's happening in the life of the child, emotional life, what's happening in their life. Most of the parents, they themselves have no time for them, to understand, even to have a dialogue with them every day, to spend little time and ask them, how are you feeling? Today what is new? What's happening? What are you thinking today? We need to have an open conversation, allow them to express and speak. They express it. So most of the problems can be, they have spiritual solutions, the beautiful solutions. An awake, aware parent can provide them. And with that support, a child can come out of that. And a parent who is confident, they also pass on, transmit this confidence. Yes, I can face this problem and come out of it. Parents need to transfer this or transmit this kind of confident energy into the child. So in this present moments, there are so many distractions, so many things, so many challenges. And nowadays, so if you watch the news channels, you will understand how the youth, children, they go into teenage period, completely bike racing, accidents, there's street fights, it seems. Recent incident in Hyderabad is children night time, they were hitting, like boxing, child died because internal injury and hemorrhage, the child died there itself. All the friends, they kept it as a secret. They said the child met with an accident, but somehow it came out. These kind of things, children, they at home, they are not peaceful. Parents are busy, they don't have time, they don't know how to care, they don't ask the children. What happens is the child gets distracted.
Children are not giving time. They are busy with their friendship, their group.
Yeah.
They are busy with them. They
Yes.
don't want to spend time with parents.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever we say, we say, tell them no, which they are not supposed to do all those things.
Because this all happened from a very younger age. These are all connected events, linked events. In the childhood, parents, they don't have time. what happens is subconscious imprinting is done. They always live in the outside of the home, always very interested about outside world. So
And one more thing, the
Yeah.
atmosphere at home and the atmosphere outside is entirely different.
yes,
That they are not able to match that.
true.
If we are teaching them to meditate and all those things, the peer group, if they are not of that type, they will tease them, they will bully them, they won't do all those things.
Yeah.
That is also a big problem nowadays.
Nowadays, but it's changing now, because whatever that environment that would create, environment of unconditional love, safe feeling, freedom, children who are given all these basic ingredients at home, when they go out, they are fully equipped. Even if they're bullied by somebody, tease them, they don't take it personally. They understand if somebody will be very jealous because they are very peaceful being, others are not peaceful, they will be very jealous. They try to express it through wrong behaviors, misbehaviors. So children learn, they're equipped with how to handle it, these kind of jealousies, bullying or rejection, all these things. At home, the entire thing, training happens here with the right parenting, The basic the learning process here from this today's class is everything starts from the home, how we give conscious parenting. These are small things, but it brings big changes in the life of the children. So I hope all of you could grasp something that I shared today. Yeah, and regarding this tool I was mentioning, how to do this, your child has certain difficulties which develop not when the child is in the growth period, when the child is 1, 0, 2 now, but it develops before. When you are pregnant, in the womb state, you have fears, you have thoughts, you have so many depression or sadness and all that. Now you can see those imprints growing, imprints coming out. The sadness is there, the fear is there, and some certain habits and tendencies developed in the child. So what you can do is, in meditation, it's a beautiful visualization process where you see your child, visualize your child in front of you. Okay, we'll do, even though you don't have children, you are still not married, but you can do for your inner child all this, your own inner child. మీ చిన్నప్పుడు మీ తల్లి గర్భంలో ఉండే కాప్ వెబ్స్ మీరు రిమూవ్ చేయొచ్చు. So friends, we close our eyes. It's a short process which you can learn, and then later on you can do it at home also. So we're going to close our eyes now and bring awareness to your inhalation and exhalation, in breath and out breath, and observe the gaps between the thoughts, the space between the thoughts. Thoughts keep coming, disidentify yourself from the thoughts. Just watch the silent spaces, enlarge them, expand that silent spaces, and relax into that beautiful, relaxed, silent spaces. And now you can visualize, picturize yourself while you are carrying your baby in your womb space. Visualize the time, picturize the time when you are a child growing in your room space, and all that apprehensions, fears, all those emotions that you went through while you are going through your pregnancy period, you represent it as a dark cloud where the child is with the dark cloud around the fetus, with all the emotional clouds which are surrounding the child. Now, as an awakened parent, can see the child, this dark cloud, tell to this child, I now realize that I passed on certain of my own fears to you, certain imprints to you, while carried you inside the womb space. Just now I realized it. I am now choosing to let go of this. All these imprints which formed a dark cloud. Right now, visualize, picturize yourself. With your hands, you are clearing all the dark clouds which are representing this kind of imprints, fears, all that which passed on unconsciously to your child. Totally remove all the cobwebs, all the dark clouds, disperse it with full awareness. Till the child is completely surrounded by only bright light. The light which is symbolically representing love, unconditional love, is surrounding this child. Tell this child now, I pass on now my unconditional love to you. I love you exactly the way you are. I accept you as you are. I'm glad that you are born as a girl, as a boy, whatever the gender of your child is. You can say that. I'm very glad to have you in my life. I accept you exactly as you are. You are the God's gift. To me, you came into my life. I'm very grateful and thank you for this, for choosing me as your mother, as a father. Completely see all these dark clouds completely falling off and only the bright light, brilliant, nice, beautiful, loving cocoon energy safe, which is creating a safe cocoon around this child. And now see this child being born from your womb space, completely coming out. Even if there is a difficult labor, difficult pregnancy, difficult birthing process, forceps delivery, C-section, whatever it is. Now see this child completely coming out with complete awareness, free from all the dark clouds. See this child as the beautiful divine child, free from all those past fetal imprints. Tell this child that it's safe, this world is safe. there is a divine intelligence all the time protecting us. మీ చిన్న పాపకి బాబుకి మీ తల్లి గర్భంలో ఉన్నప్పుడు మీ నుంచి వెళ్ళిన భయాలన్నిటినీ కూడా కంప్లీట్గా మీరు వదిలివేస్తూ మీ నుంచి ఆ చిన్న బాబు పాప చుట్టూరా ఒక వెలుగుతో కంప్లీట్గా నింపి ఆ చిన్న బాబుకి పాపకి చెప్పండి, నా జీవితంలో చాలా చక్కని ఆనందమైనటువంటి రోజు నువ్వు నా జీవితంలోకి నువ్వు ప్రవేశించినప్పుడు, నువ్వు నాకు పుట్టినప్పుడు చాలా ఆనందపడ్డాను. ఐఎమ్ వెరీ గ్లాడ్. ఈ జీవితం చాలా అద్భుతమైన జీవితం, ఇది క్షేమకరమైనటువంటి జీవితం, ఇక్కడంతా క్షేమమే అని చెప్పండి. I take care of you, I care for you, I love you as you are అనే మెసేజ్ కూడా ఇవ్వండి. ఇంకొక 2 minutes, last 2 minutes. Stay focused. See yourself and his child grown up now to this age, whatever age your child is, with beautiful, loving, safe